In 1526, northern India's battlefields were overwhelmed by the sudden explosions of cannons and muskets, an influx of gunpowder technology that shattered traditional medieval defenses. Behind this assault was Ahiruddin Muhammad Babur, a prince from Central Asia seeking a permanent foothold far from the warring factions of his homeland. The reigning Delhi Sultanate could not withstand this technological mismatch, collapsing rapidly under the barrage of artillery fire. Breaking an empire and building one require different tools. A foreign minority now faced the reality of governing a massive, unfamiliar territory. The Indian subcontinent presented a formidable challenge of scale. It was deeply fragmented by regional loyalties and populated by immense, diverse religious communities. Previous rulers typically enforced strict religious hierarchies through force. This approach reliably bred resentment, draining the state through constant, costly rebellions. The early Mughals faced these internal pressures while simultaneously fending off encroaching Afghan warlords to the north and Portuguese maritime fleets arriving on the western coasts. Controlling this landscape by the sword alone was a mathematical impossibility. Lasting survival demanded a different system of governance. Emperor Akbar recognized that a durable state required public trust rather than continuous military occupation. He implemented sul-e-kul, or universal peace. Rather than remaining an abstract philosophy, he engineered it into a calculated administrative framework. In 1564, Akbar abolished the jizya, a long-standing religious tax on non-Muslims. By removing this financial burden, he established equality at the state level and neutralized a major source of peasant rebellion. This chart visualizes his ranking system. Notice how Hindu and Muslim officers mix evenly at the highest tiers. As the nodes sort entirely by merit, political loyalty is separated from religious identity. Former enemies could now co-govern the empire. By hard-coding equality into state institutions, the Mughals shifted their status from foreign occupiers to integrated rulers, securing the empire from the inside out. This administrative stability unleashed massive agricultural and commercial prosperity across the subcontinent. At its peak, the Mughal economy generated nearly a quarter of global GDP, dwarfing European nations. Zooming out, heavy streams of New World and Japanese silver flowed directly into Indian ports, exchanged for textiles and silk. The Mughal state absorbed this imported bullion and systematically minted it into a highly regulated, standardized silver currency. They collected these coins through the Zabt system, an agricultural policy that assessed land taxes based strictly on measurable crop yields, rather than relying on arbitrary demands. The empire's distinct advantage lay in this highly efficient administrative machine, capable of metabolizing global trade directly into concentrated state power. Much of this state apparatus was steered by a hidden center of influence, the highly educated women of the imperial zenana. Empress Noor Jahan held an explicitly formalized role, operating as a de facto co-ruler alongside Emperor Jahangir. She issued imperial decrees, commanded massive trading wealth, and shaped state policy. Other royal women, like Jahanara Begum, controlled major global trade ports and wielded immense political leverage during royal succession disputes. The Mughal administrative machine relied heavily on this female agency, challenging long-held assumptions about who actually held the reins of power. The compounding wealth and stability generated by these systems created the perfect environment for a cultural explosion. Artists and architects synthesized Persian, Islamic, and indigenous Indian traditions into a distinct, unified aesthetic language. Look at the exact alignment of these red sandstone arches. This geographic precision was a physical manifestation of imperial order and control. Builders perfected pietra dura, a painstaking technique of cutting and inlaying colorful, semi-precious stones directly into seamless light marble surfaces. These intricate designs served as calculated political statements, broadcasting the empire's limitless resources and cultural supremacy. This culminates at Shah Jahan's Taj Mahal, the ultimate physical expression of Mughal wealth and aesthetic perfection. Yet standing quietly behind this monumental beauty was a century of meticulous engineering, inclusive governance, standardized revenue, and vast global trade networks. Beyond the magnificent monuments, the Mughals engineered an inclusive, globally integrated state apparatus, an administrative blueprint that dictated the subcontinent's political and economic logic for centuries.